Hello everyone, welcome to Daily Stock Market Update. Today is 21st February 2023, starting with SPY. This is daily chart. Okay, I want to go to weekly and want to show you something first before I go to daily chart. I disabled all my SMA lines. Okay, so this is weekly chart. You can see we have resistance here, this downward sloping trend line, resistance here. We broke out and now we are coming for a back test. All right, let me get rid of this line here. Okay, also on weekly, we also have this upward sloping trend line. So support here, support here, support, and now we are right on support. All right, and then let's go to daily. When I go to daily, look, we are like right in support area. Okay, and if I turn on SMA lines, let's quickly turn on SMA lines. So you can see this dark blue line is 200 SMA line, which is around 393, 393.5-ish. Okay, this red line is 50 SMA line, daily line, which is around 396. So we have multiple SMA lines, huge support here. Okay, also we had this golden cross, which is crossing 200 SMA line and red 50 SMA line. And also we have this downward sloping trend line, and this is upward sloping trend lines. Okay, so four supports. All right, so four supports, a lot of support here. I'm expecting a bounce very soon. All right, so I would not be shorting here. The time to short was here, not here. Okay, let's go to 1 hourly time frame to show you what happened today. Let me disable these SMA lines so you can see it clearly. So you can see what happened. We had a gap down. We tried to fill the gap. We never filled it. Okay, and then we went down. We were down more than 2%. All right. Even on Thursday, gap down. We never filled that gap. Okay. So I'm expecting these gaps to fill. Tomorrow is FOMC. Powell is going to speak. If he says anything in regards to disinflation, market going to rally. Okay. So from today, I do expect these two gaps to fill. First gap is around 1.83. Other gap is around 2.3. All right. So do not short. Okay. If you want to short, okay, wait for this trend line to break, especially around 3. Let me bring these support lines back. So wait for this 200 SMA line to break, okay, around 393.50. Wait for a close below this to go down. But even if we go down, there's a lot of support here too. Look, we wanted to, everybody in December thought market is going to crash. Someone was buying heavily here, okay? So I don't think we're going to go below this, all right? So today was a good day to buy. If you missed this rally, today was a really good day to buy, and I do expect a bounce. Okay, we could go maybe slightly below, and then we go and bounce and fill this upwards gap, because there is some room here, maybe less than 1% away from this downwards support, major support, or we could bounce anytime right now. Okay, so you can see uh, around 394, 1%, let's say around 1% away from a major support. All right, so we are very close to support, and I'm not looking to short this. I'm looking to buy the dip. All right, and another thing, my crazy chart, which perfectly predicts tops and bottoms. Okay, you can see where we are now. We are on this yellow line. Okay, yellow line is no trade line. Okay, this is neutral line where there's no advantage to bulls and bears. Okay, so we are approaching that. If we go down, if we go below 38.26, this dash line, that's the perfect area to buy. Between these dash and this purple line, bottom, perfect area to buy. And this top line and bottom dash, top up grade line, this is perfect area to sell. So we should have sold here. Look, we did not. Now we're dipping. So now it's a equal battle. Okay, so if anybody's saying we're gonna have a massive dip, they are wrong. Okay, this is a neutral zone here. Anything can happen. We can dip higher from here to 4300. So the perfect sell entry will be sell exit will be 4300. Also look at the RSI. Okay, RSI are really oversold. Okay, so you need to buy here. Okay, this was the dip to buy in my opinion. All right, okay, now going back here, let's go to daily SPY chart. All right, and then let's go to quickly futures. One other thing to see if we're gonna get any bounce soon, we have to look for divergence, which I haven't seen yet. All right, so you need to look into, it's possible we could get another dip tomorrow. All right, we can make a new low, and then this PPO, I don't see any signs of divergence yet. So it's possible we can have another low if futures are trading. So there's very slightly, yeah, not really. Only US 100 has a slight divergence on 1 hour chart. Look at here. We have slight divergence, very slight divergence, but there's no divergence on RSI. Okay. Actually, we started to slightly build it. If you really look into very carefully here, slight divergence here. Okay. So it is possible overnight tonight we can have another lower low, and then this PPO will start turning high. Look how what happened here. Okay. Let me give you an example if you want to see what I'm looking for. Okay, here, this is a perfect example. Okay, I'm looking for something like this. Okay, price start going lower, PPO start going higher, RSI starts going higher, price going lower, and then that's an early sign we're going to look for reversal. Okay, so that could happen tonight. Keep an eye if you're trading futures. Okay, and yeah, that's good. And then VIX, let's quickly look at VIX. So VIX had a very bullish day today. We gapped up. Okay, we have this massive gap here. If I delete this, you can see big gap. Tomorrow Powell is speaking at 2:30. I think, I don't know if it's speaking or if only meeting minutes are coming, but we could have a massive dip in VIX tomorrow. Okay, that can make market rally. So it is a bit of concern. VIX is going higher, so we always need to be careful because especially now, finally, VIX closed above this daily SMA line, 50 SMA line. So as long as it's above that, we need to be a bit careful, but I do expect this gap to fill. So if VIX goes down, then market will rally. All right, Tesla. Going back to 1 hour chart, I'm still holding Tesla. Okay, there is a huge support here. There's a huge support here. You can see support around 180 area. Okay, uh, that's about from here about less than 10% away. Okay, so we could go back here and then bounce, or we could even bounce from here. Right, so if market's going to rally because SPY is on such a huge support here, okay, I'm expecting a rally. So if that happens, then today was the last day to buy Tesla on dip. Okay, but one thing to note on 1 hourly chart, we are look what happened. We This was the support line. Let me hide SMA lines. So this was support line we broke down a couple of days ago, and then we back tested it. Okay, we back tested it on Friday, and now we're breaking down again. All right. So keep an eye on this. If it has to get bullish, it has to now go rip higher and then close inside this sloping trend line. Okay, Tesla to go bullish. Triple Qs, which is Nasdaq ETF, it's on support. All right. Also, if I look at 1 hour chart, multiple gaps, same as SPY. From now, I can see first gap 2%, second gap 3.4%. Okay, so you can buy like 3x ETF like Fungu, SOXL, and if it goes higher, you're gonna have 9% gain there. All right. One other thing to note, if I go to daily chart, there's a huge support here. So where we closed here, you can see we closed right on huge support. All right. You can see almost there, support, support, support. We broke out, now we're back testing it. Okay, the trend lines are not as good as SPY, so kind of I'm not sure if we closed here or we're gonna go down. Keep an eye on, like, we could go as low as 276 because this is a downward sloping trend line, but since SPY is right on support here, okay, SPY is on huge support. uh, I don't expect I do expect it to bounce soon, so I don't expect Qs to go that low. Right. Okay, US 30, which is Dow Jones. You can see we had a fake out. Now we are breaking down. All right. So we're breaking down. We have to find support levels here. Actually, we are right on support here. You can see there's a lot of support here, right where the price action is right now. So we could bounce very soon. If tomorrow we bounce and go back under this wedge, then that means this is a bear trap. Okay. So keep an eye on that. Also, there's this downward sloping trend line on US 100, so US 30, sorry. We could also go back around 32 back test and then rip high. But I'm looking for buy the dip as of now. First 6 months in my mind are very bullish. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. US 2000. Again, we broke below this 1903 line. We could come for a back test of this trend line. Okay, so keep an eye on that. Crude oil going towards my target. Okay, my target is around 72 bucks, first target, and my second target is 66, but I think we'll have some bounce soon. Okay, so maybe we'll have some more sell-off and then bounce. So if we get this sell-off, then energy will be very good buy, which is XLE sector. Let's quickly look at that. We can see we broke down below this trend line. Okay, there are some huge gaps here. All right, I don't know when they're gonna happen. That sounds pretty huge. They are a bit far away. Okay, gaps are like more than 13% here, and then this is like less than 8%. I mean, less than 9% here. So I don't know when we're gonna get that, but yeah, this is bearish. But I'm gonna keep an eye on oil. As soon as oil goes around 72, this is my buy zone. All right. Natural gas had a bad day. I told you guys every day. Look into 4 hours chart. Turn all the SMA lines. Okay. As long as we are below this red SMA line, it's a no buy. Okay. And you can draw a trend line like this. Okay, like a dotted trend line, and we need to break above that. Okay. Also on daily, okay, before I go there, on monthly, my target to buy, actually I'm very close to my target, which is $2 on natural gas. So we're reaching a very good support and very good area to buy. So we are now, as of today, to $2. Wow, we're reaching very close to like less than 7% away. Okay, if that happens, if it touches $2, buy it. Okay, look, 2020 buy, bounce. 2015 buy, bounce. 2012 buy, bounce. Okay, 2001 bounce. Look at how much interaction we had in 1990s. Okay, natural gas is not going to zero. Okay, so I think this is going to turn out to be the best trade of the century. So if you can hold for a couple of years, there's a lot of upside here. I think I said in one of my short videos too, like look at how amount of upside we have, more than 328%. All right, it's great. Okay, Bitcoin behaving exactly as I thought. So it's if I go to futures, let's see BTC futures. Um, it's not dumping. Okay, there's a gap here around 20. So I'm not really sure if you're gonna get this gap fill. The reason is I was expecting Bitcoin to dump way more than what it did. It was only down like 2%, and now like after hours it's going down less than 2% again, 1.5%. So it could happen that we could get this. I'm not sure if you're gonna get exactly this dip here. We could bounce, like tomorrow could be a good opportunity to buy. I do expect these gaps to fill. I'm expecting for 6 months to be very, very bullish. So don't be too over bearish. Okay, I do expect some dip happen now. My original target was in March. It's going to happen. But yeah, look at the long-term picture. I guess my message is look at the long-term picture. Okay, long-term picture is I'm expecting these two gaps to fill. Okay, so regardless of how bad this dip is, do not sell. Okay, use this opportunity to buy. Ideal zone will be 20K, but from now towards 20K, sorry, to my upwards target. First target is 29, 19%. Second target is almost 45%, which is around 35K. Okay. Ethereum will do the same, so I'm not going to follow that. Gold is behaving exactly like I said every video. I'm saying flag. This flag is breaking down. It's reaching close to my buy zone here, so we could get that bounce tomorrow. We could buy it tomorrow. One thing to note, if you look into gold minus GDX, it is approaching the buy zone. Okay, it is very close to the buy zone, 27.55. We are like, how far are we? We are like less than 1.77% away. Okay, if you go to 1 hour chart on GDX, look at the amount of gaps we have. One, two, three huge gaps. These all will be filled this year. Okay, from today, even if you buy GDX, first gap is around 2%, second gap is 5%, third gap is around 12% away. All right, you can take easily these 12% upside from where we are now on these gold miners. All right, and bonds. Let's quickly look at bonds. Bonds, which is ZB. I think it's gonna. This is what my prediction is. I think they're gonna probably maybe sell off a bit, then bounce, then sell off, and then go up. Okay, this is what I'm expecting. I think this is gonna make a lower high, then another sell off, and then it's gonna start ripping high. So, and then again, other tech stocks. Let me see if I covered everything. US 30 oil. Let's go. Yeah. So let's quickly look at, okay, silver. Let's quickly look at silver. Silver had a green day. Everything else was selling. Silver had a green day. It's going to behave same as gold. Okay. So I do expect it to bounce soon. Okay. So I think it's going to bounce soon. And there's this daily 50 SMA. It might find some resistance there, make a higher high, and then go to new highs. Okay. You can buy silver ETF if you want to trade. All right. Uh, dollar dollar is above this daily 50 SMA line, which is this red line. It bounced. Okay. It came for back test and now it's going up again. Okay. Dollar is gonna go higher, then stock's gonna go lower. Stock goes lower, dollar is gonna go higher. Tomorrow is FOMC. Depending on what Powell says, we could crush it, could crush dollar and VIX, and it could make stocks rip higher. That's what I'm leaning towards. Okay. And one of the most important market moving stock is Apple. Okay. Look at what's going on with Apple, right? Let's quickly hide these daily SMA lines. Apple is, there's a huge gap here. All right. There's a huge gap here, which is around 146. Tomorrow we could gap down. Okay. We could start with this gap fill. That would be the perfect day to buy Apple. Okay. Also, there's this downward sloping trend. The trend line is not as clean on Apple. There are two trend lines. One is this dotted trend line. One is this other uh, non-dotted trend line. Okay. I think we're coming for a back test here, and then that would be a good area to buy. If we don't hold here on the gap fill, we could come down slightly. Okay, make a bear trap and then rip higher. And also, if I go to hourly chart, Apple is making gaps here. Okay, there's a gap here, there's another gap here above that. There's another gap here. Okay, so we will fill those gaps. All right. So whenever market rips higher, those gaps are around 3.45% away. Okay, so same thing with Amazon. Let's see. So there's a huge gap here, 11.16. So that's gonna fill. Google. Google has 107.59. Let me show you daily chart so make it easier. So there's this huge gap here. There's another gap we here today. So these all gonna fill. Meta does not have a gap. Well, it does have a gap, which is earnings gap. So, but that's huge gap. I don't expect it to fill this time. Maybe after 6 months, we're gonna have this gap fill later on. Netflix has a gap around 350. Microsoft is like a gap city. Look, gaps, 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 gaps. So how many gaps we have? So from now until the top gap, we have around 7.72%. Okay, so I do expect these gaps to fill this year, and Microsoft is like Apple, so it's a good time to buy Microsoft. Also, it's on huge support. Look, support, almost support here, and now we are back testing it. Okay. Nvidia has earnings coming up. Is it tomorrow? Let's quickly see. Wednesday, which is after hours. Yeah. And Nvidia is on some sort of support here. Okay, this is support here, which had a support here. Look at the area of support we had right here, right? Huge support area. So if my Nvidia holds here, we could bounce. Okay. Also, there is no negative divergence on PPO. Okay, RSI had slight divergence. Okay, but PPO has no divergence. So it could be a good area to buy Nvidia for a bounce higher. Okay. Also, there's a gap around 219. So we could have a very bullish day on Nvidia during earnings, and also the top gap is 257. So if earnings are good, can we fill that gap? Let's see. Yeah. Oh, that's a lot. 24%. I don't think it's going to go 24% up, but yeah, we can definitely go to the highs here. 231%. So 231 price target. AMD, it filled the gap, or it's slightly, there's still a little bit gap. 75. I do expect this gap to fill before we bounce, so keep an eye on that. And yeah, that's it. I think that's also, yeah, back on SPY. Keep an eye. I don't think it's time to be bearish. It's time to buy the dip. So don't be super bearish. All my indicators are saying either neutral to buy the dip. Okay. I do expect first 6 months to be bullish, which is gonna end of June, July this year. So until then, I'm looking to buy the dip. Okay. All right, guys. Take care and have a good night. Bye.